that can just sit there. I'm gonna very quickly do these as well because I want to see if I can have time for 2 pasta dishes. See this dough? Look at it. It's knobbly. It's pretty nasty looking dough. Who could believe that this was ever going to turn into pasta dough? I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces before I even start, and I'll do 4 lots. Like that. I mean, look at it. Pretty rough, isn't it? It's a little bit sticky, this dough. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of flour. I've got this on the widest setting because what this pasta machine is basically 2 rollers that you can either pull apart or squeeze together. And so I'm starting off with it as far apart as possible. And what I'm going to do is change this rather grainy, lumpy dough into something which is very, very silky and smooth. And that little machine is going to do it. Off we go. So, and I'm going to put it through here 10 times. I just folded it like a business letter into 3. And through it goes again, last time through, and now it is kneaded. I can run my hand over that. It's absolutely so smooth, it's beautiful. Come and have a look at this. Just feel the difference. That's what it started out as. Feel it now?
That's lovely.
Now that machine did it all by itself. Now, all I did was put it through. So I've kept it on the same wide thickness while I put it through, while it kneaded it. Now I'll start to stretch it, so I'm going to put it through, and each time I do, I'm going to make it thinner and thinner, but I'm not going to go down to the very last one because it's too thin. Okay, go ahead, sit down. I think I might stop at number 3 because I want quite a meaty pasta. And that's number 4. Feel that? You can sort of have a look. I don't think I'll go much further than that. So that can just sit there. I'm going to very quickly do these as well because I want to see if I can have time for 2 pasta dishes. I've made some pasta dough. I'm going to make this into fettuccine. In most pasta machines, you get a cutting part of it, which is this thing. And I've got linguine, which is sort of just really thin, and tagliatelle or fettuccine. That just fits on there like that. See how I'm always holding it like that? And then you can't force it, you can let the machine do it, okay? And now you can hang that over the broomstick and it can, dry out and you can keep it. It won't last forever, 24 hours, it'll start to ferment. So that's the whole point about fresh pasta. It doesn't last very long. All the little scrappy bits, you never waste them. That's the cooks. I always end up sort of, see all these funny little bits or anything that you've cut off, they're usually called straccia, which is, the Italians call them the rags. And they're really, really delicious. Okay, so that's my fettuccine. Just make sure it's not going to stick together. I'm going to make the pumpkin fettuccine first. We've got a pot of boiling water, which is what I want. That's a lot of water. That's going to be at least 5, maybe 6 litres in there. I'll probably put that amount of salt. And then I'm going to taste it. And it's got to be seriously boiling, not some wussy little bubble. You want a rolling boil. That's it. Right. I would probably give that about between 4 and 6 minutes at least. Verena, what about you come up here? And what I'm going to get you to do is do the pumpkin department. Dead easy, I've cooked it. And in here, I've got some lovely roasted pumpkin, so you can pour that into there and then give it a really good sprinkle of nutmeg and just turn it over gently, all right? Right, in the meantime, I'm going to throw this pasta in here. Drop it in. You stir it until it comes back to the boil. If you don't, it'll sink to the bottom and glue itself into a nice big clump on the bottom. And putting olive oil in here is just a big waste of time. It's a waste of oil, and it actually doesn't keep it from sticking unless you stir it. So it's about the stirring. The only time you'd put oil on it is if it's hot and it's been drained and you want to just keep it for a couple of minutes or something. You put some oil on and turn it all over, and it doesn't stick. It also tastes really good too. I mean, one of the simplest pasta dishes is fresh pasta with olive oil, garlic and chili. And the thing about pasta dishes is the star of it is the pasta. The sauce is actually just for flavoring. A lot of Italians are astounded at the amount of sauce that other people eat on their pasta. They think it's really wasteful. Right, we're just coming back to the boil here. Thank you, Verena. I'll get you to grab 2 of those sage plants, and I want you to take all the leaves off them for me, please. I think I've got time to make some linguine while I'm waiting for that to cook. So that fettuccine's just cooking away. I've got the pasta cut apart on the very thin one. So, okay. Definitely don't want that to stick together. So just flour that just a little bit. That's fantastic, Verena.
Do you need both punches?
Yeah, do it more. You don't need to get too sort of brain surgeon-like as far as... and I know you're a doctor, but, you know, we're not in the theatre now. You can just sort of rip them off, okay? Yeah, it'll be fine. The other thing I'll get you to do, Verena, is grate me up some Parmesan cheese. When's pasta cooked?
When it's ready.
When it's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you know? And don't tell me you throw it at the wall, you don't.
Bite it.
Yeah, it's all about biting it. When it's firm but tender to the bite, that's when it's ready. So let's have a taste. It's just about there. Ever so slightly raw. I'm just getting a little bit of raw flour in there, so I reckon we'll give it another couple of minutes. Just checking on Josh over here. How you going, Josh?
Yeah, I'm going good, actually.
Oh, you got him working?
Thanks. I've got him working. He's doing... You're all over it, aren't you?
You're all over it. It's all done. Fantastic.
So that's the prawn mousse, which you can see is quite nice and firm. I'm about to fold through a whole lot of chopped prawns through that so you get the texture. And then, you know, we'll pull the whole ravioli.
It's the filling for your ravioli.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
All right.
You learning much? Is he okay? Yeah? You pleased with him?
Okay.
You come over here if you're bored, you know. No, you're busy. Yeah. Right, Verena, where are we at? We're stirring this up. How's that cheese? That's probably enough.
That's enough?
Yeah. Hey, you can do this next bit. What you're going to do is you're going to make some sage butter, which is just really sage leaves fried in butter. So what I want you to do is get half of this Lewis Road creamery butter into that pan, then throw those in there, and you're going to fry them, and they'll go sort of crisp, which is what we want. So I need to have a little taste of this. That is quite hot. We're in business. I'm going to tip this into here, but I'm not going to tip all of this water out. I'm going to save just a touch, not too much. Come on, crank it up.
Crank it up?
Yeah, we're in a hurry. What you're wanting to do is slightly, basically, get that butter to start to burn, but not be burnt. So in French, they call it beurre noisette, nut brown butter. It has a lovely sort of roasty, toasty flavour to it, which is what you want. I'm going to tip that into there. I'm going to very, very carefully just turn this over. Got a little bit of salt and pepper in here. And now you can tip the sage leaves into this bowl of pasta. Okay. Now I want you to get another little bit of butter. And if you look into the bottom of that pan, see the butter, the milk solids in there have all browned, and it smells really good. All I want to do is make that sort of about that brown. Okay? A little bit more. Can you smell it? Yeah. And I think that's ready. So you can tip that on there as well. Go on, just tip it on. Beautiful. Lovely. And I don't know about you, but, you know, orange and green is a colour scheme I really like. It always looks really appetising to me.
It's a bit 70s, but it's cool.
A bit 70s, did you say? And you have a problem with anything retro? So this is fettuccine with roasted pumpkin, sage butter, and, of course, Parmesan.